just checking in. I wanted to talk a little bit about connection. So one of the reasons I'm doing this or these videos or getting online is trying to connect with other people to share my story and find common bonds that might link us so I can relate to just general problems that people have. But as I do more of this, I find out that I'm more willing to be vulnerable with people that are not close to me, or maybe it's not vulnerable, but develop connection, and I'm very selective as to when and how that happens. So I feel like the reason I like this platform is because it's one-sided. I can put my information out there, but I don't need to learn about you. And so I was thinking about that. I have this tendency to have a desire to connect, but then once I get in it and I'm connected to someone, I have some sort of obligation, right? I have to hold up my side of things. There are times when connection is kind of a hit and miss, or a touch and go subject, a temporary thing, right? So like you can connect with someone and have acknowledgement of a common bond, but without the obligation or responsibility to stay checked in with that person. I feel like there's a lot of opportunities that's appropriate. I used to hold a lot of guilt for like letting go of relationships or having a friendship that peters off, or kind of like just over time we lose touch. But I'm starting to realize that relationships, big or small, are not always meant to last forever. And that can even be a common connection with an individual that you're dealing with through business or an acquaintance, things like that. You can have a moment and gain information or support or empathy from that person. And when the moment's over, you can let go and move on because the purpose of the connection has been fulfilled. And then there are other times where because of maybe you come across each other frequently, in the case of a coworker or a working environment, you are there, the connection might be deeper, or you have opportunities to deepen that connection and relationship. So I find that personally, I tend to shy away from situations where I perceive that a connection or a relationship might hinder me in some of my personal goals. So I am limiting what I have access to as far as common humanity and shared experiences because of my perception that it might interfere with my goals, such as time management or my ability to focus on myself, or maybe in my mind it sucks me into a requirement to then give that person more time, energy, or resources than I think that I have to give in an area of my life that I might feel that I have some scarcity. Time is a big one for me. Finances are a big one. Sometimes in my mind, I feel like if I get really connected to someone, then I have to buy them birthday presents or like go out to dinner with them or like do these things that I don't want to do. So I have to look at that. Like, is that preventing me from having opportunities? And is that part of, is that fear-based, or is that because I'm afraid to get real in person, where that person might offer some advice, or when I see them next time around after sharing something uncomfortable, am I going to relive that uncomfortable feeling? Or they might have criticism towards the experience, even though these are all the things that might be getting in the way of me making meaningful connections with other people. I've just it's just something that I've noticed, that I don't tend to want to form deep connections with people that walk into my life. And then when I'm really struggling, in any kind of way, emotionally, physically, or whatever, where I would like to lean into the support of someone else, I like to tell myself that I don't have that support network set up. I am making progress in these areas, but still, I find that in certain relationships, I seek out that person when I need something, but I'm not always willing to be there when they need something. And sometimes that something is just, a sympathetic or an empathetic ear, someone to talk to. And I think it's my fear of that person's drama getting in the way of my goals that keeps me from engaging in light conversation, or just these I don't want to say hit and run, but these just quick connective experiences. I don't know if any of this really makes sense to anybody else, but it's helping me to talk through it as far as recognizing my own patterns. So that's all I have for now. I hope everybody has a good day. There's some wintry weather around here. I'm in upstate New York, so it's a change for sure in the weather. 2 weeks ago it was 75 and sunny, and now it is 34 degrees and there's mixed precipitation on the ground. So anyway, I hope everyone has a good day. I will see you soon.